Whoa, okay, that's on. Hello, everyone. I'm back, and I don't need this. Let's talk about some things that the Marvel Cinematic Universe announced at San Diego Comic Con because they announced things. I disagree with them. I think actually I'm gonna have a different reaction than a lot of people because people are nostalgic and also very, very dumb. Some of these people on the internet. So, anyways, they announced some stuff with the Fantastic Four, which I don't care about. Because it's not the controversy of the big announcement. I mean, it would have been a big announcement if they didn't do what they did next. Now, what they did announce next was they announced the fact that, oh yeah, I don't know, uh, Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday, which is the renamed Avengers 5, and that Avengers Secret Wars will also be happening, and basically the whole idea is going to be the fact that the Russo brothers are directing. That was the other thing. And these will be in 2026 and 2027, respectively. Okay, now let's talk about this because this is something which we need to talk about. Now, I think that this is a mistake, but not necessarily right away. This is so this is the thing. Let's put Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom first. Um, Look, people like obviously they're gonna find some way to make it so it's Tony Stark as Doctor Doom, right? They'll have some moments like if Spider Man's in it, then they're gonna have Spider Man say, "Oh my God, it's Tony," right? And there's gonna be this big reveal in the movie, whatever, for the characters. Now, the one thing I'm concerned greatly about is the fact that what they're gonna do now, what they've done now is they've hyped this up as, oh my God, it's Robert Downey Jr. back as Doctor Doom. What are we? And so now the risk that you have is that you now have set expectations, and if you don't deliver, it's going to be the single biggest disappointment of the MCU. Now, if you deliver, it's fine, and everyone will forget about it, and it'll be great. If you don't deliver, it'll be the biggest disappointment in the MCU. Now, the other part of that is, on the other hand, is obviously now you have the talk, right? Now you have the chance to deliver. If you don't deliver, yeah, I don't know. I would have preferred them go with a different actor completely. Just not even make it Robert Downey Jr. Now, look, again, there's many. My favorite way that they could go about this is to have, like, Doom Prime basically be somebody else. But, one of the Doom quote unquote variants being Tony Stark, right? And Doomsday is kind of about the fact that there's like, you know, different variants of Doom being involved because Kang is obviously gone now because Jonathan Majors did the bad illegal things. Um, Now let's talk about the Russo brothers directing as well because I think this is probably the bigger mistake. You have so many good directors, and the Russo brothers are not great directors. I mean, Civil War is fine. It was good compared to movies, but it was more mid tier compared to MCU movies. And Endgame honestly was kind of a disappointment considering they made so many errors. And I've done an audio commentary on Endgame, so I can if you want to hear my real time criticisms. It's a very long movie though. The tone is deaf at points. They don't understand what tone they're trying to go for. They go from dark, depressing to Hulk making jokes. Again, there is an issue with that. And I think the end scene, the final fight, is a little bit worse than Infinity War's big fight because it's so dark, and I don't like that in movies. But like, I just don't understand why we have to bring them back. There's so many talented directors. Not like, okay, well, there's some story reason. It's just they're doing the Joe Biden, which is they're trying to go back to this, idyllic era, which they believe is idyllic because of 4 years of well, in this case, 4 years of Trump, which led to that feeling of going back to this idyllic era. And in this case, it's just 4 years of non Russo brothers, OG Marvel, and they're like, let's bring back the old guys. Um, so that's probably the big issue when it comes to this, and I feel like again, they have so many directors who could do it. Actors, diverse actors, the actors of different um, races, genders. You don't need two white men. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different arguments, and also I just don't think the Russo brothers are good directors, and I think we should give Avengers movies to good directors. I mean, you have so many who've done so many different projects. I don't think people who have also not been involved in the MCU since Endgame should just come back and be expected to integrate all these characters again, because I think, the difference with the Russo brothers last time around was they did the Winter Soldier, right, where they had Falcon, they had, Captain America, they had Bucky, and they're able, and then they did Civil War where they dealt with all these characters. Then them doing Infinity War Endgame, they kind of could integrate them. The only character they didn't integrate was Hulk, and we wouldn't argue he was the worst of, the worst integration of all of them, right? And so, I think that they're, and again, I don't think but they were very much in touch with what was going on. They were involved in what's going on. They aren't just coming out of, you can't just take someone in cold in a cinematic universe and say, yeah, figure it out, because that's when you make mistakes continuity wise. That's when you screw things up, and that's when you have these issues, right? And I truly believe that there needs to be more, I think someone who's been at least somewhat involved with some of these characters in the MCU should be, should be the ones working on this movie, right? And directing this movie and leading this movie, not someone who's completely out of it. And off making mediocre, too bad Netflix or Apple TV original movies. That's all I'm saying. Again, I mean, I might be wrong, and if you disagree, let me know in the comments, but I don't think it's a great idea personally, and I'm a little bit disappointed that that's going to be the case. They also named the Fantastic Four movie, which I don't care about because it's just called Fantastic Four First Steps. The Fantastic Four will also be in all of those movies, and so yeah, anyways, let me know what you think down below. Do you think that Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doctor Doom is a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? What do you think about Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars being the titles, or what do you think of the Russo brothers coming back to direct? Let me know down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts. If you're listening to some podcast apps, go check us out on YouTube at CBNetwork_. You can also follow us on social media if you want to debate me on any of my opinions. You can, I'll happily have you on the show. And you can send me a DM at comicboys_, and I will definitely have you on. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.